In this video, we're talking about how to connect Claude and Higgsfield so you can create top-notch ad creatives at scale quickly. This is a game changer for anybody who's a marketing professional or business owner for two reasons. One, we know that the meta algorithm right now is favoring testing a lot of different copy and creative very quickly. And that's a bottleneck for most people. This solves it. And we're going to show you exactly how in a moment. Second, Higgsfield, beast of a tool, absolutely amazing. But unless you are a creative who specializes in this and you know all kinds of things about camera lenses and lighting and angles and movement and blah, 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 it's overwhelming. And using a big old tool like Higgsfield can be really time consuming and really frustrating for somebody who just wants to use it for marketing purposes to crank out, again, high quality creative at scale. So first, we're going to go over just hooking the MCP up. Second, I'm going to show you a super simple chat in Claude that I did just last night that'll show you a couple different ads I was able to create like very quickly in a matter of minutes, as well as a UGC ad I was able to create as well. Absolutely amazing. So right here you can see, let me move my mug out of the way. Right here, up here, I just clicked on this. Bam, right here. Came over to settings and connectors, right? And you just copy this, right? And then you're gonna head over to Claude. And this is the chat, we'll show that in a second. But you're gonna go into your, let me see here, get stuff out of the way, customization right here. When you go into customization, connectors, now you can see I already have mine here. But you just hit plus, okay, add custom connector, name it Higgsfield, copy and paste, that's the loom, but you know. You copy and paste this bad boy in there, right? And I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes because clearly I've already done it. Just do that there, call it Higgsfield, add, done. It's ridiculously simple. Once you do that, it'll just have you log into Higgsfield, which of course you will need some kind of paid account with. Just verify the connection, log in, and that's freaking it. And it'll give you some ideas like all these things like, hey, do you want this to happen automatically or do you want it to ask for permission or never? I just did always allow across the board because I don't like screwing with that stuff, right? There you go. That's what I mean. No big deal. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. Right here. Okay, and you can see at the very top, I was like, hey, can you confirm that you have access to this and yada, yada. And it was like, yeah, of course. So then I said, hey, great. Let's test this real quick. Let's try to create a creative. And I get it. And man, I gave it, as you can see here, I typed this out in 2 seconds just to test it and get a feel for it, right? And it decided which model to use. It took the dimensions that I needed for like a meta ad placement, right? To be the most versatile. And it just did it, which I love, right? Because you don't have to get into a bunch of details. And you can see like this, look, and I don't know what this is, a weird typo. So it's not absolutely perfect, but it started off with this like fictional offer I just pulled out of the ether right quick. And I said, okay, that's a good start. But what if I want to do something more cool that's going to like stop the scroll, right? So I prompted it and said, hey, give me like a 1960s style print ad for this. And here's the interesting thing about this too. Now, we all know when we're testing creative, we want to test different angles, different copy, different hooks, headlines, and all that. And I've pre-installed a direct response copywriting skill in Claude. So what I instructed it to do is I want a creative in this style for the offer we're already talking about in this chat. And oh, by the way, use your copywriting skill to rewrite it in a like old school 1960s style. So I don't even have to come up with the different copy, ad angles, or hooks anymore. It just freaking does it in the same chat and then creates an ad creative for me, right? And you can see it looks like that, like old school, like at last, a writing machine that works for you, right? Kind of funny, kind of kitsch. I just think that kind of thing's hilarious. And again, would this ad work? Probably, but I'm just playing around with it just to see what it can do. And then I said, cool, give me another variation, but give me that like retro futurism look, you know, kind of like a play on like maybe what you'd see on like an old Jetsons cartoon and stuff, and rewrite yet another ad variant for me, right? And this is all kind of the same offer, like, hey, get my, you know, copywriting GPT. And it came up with this. Like, again, kitschy, fun, cool. Like, tell me you wouldn't stop the scroll and at least give that a quick glance, right? And then I said, this is pretty cool. What if I wanted to use this to just crank out a bunch of variants? So the next command I said, hey, let's just do 3 more variations with a different copy angle for each one, right? So I don't have to go and do like come up with different hooks and different subheads and body copy and blah, blah, blah. No, I just say, hey, this is the offer. This is who it's for. You know, here's a specific, you know, use case or results that we've gotten with it. Here's the problems we're solving. Not only create the creatives for me, but write me a bunch of variations for those creatives. It's freaking amazing. And it just cranked out these 3 real quick for me, right? So again, that same kind of old school style, right? Kind of fun, kind of kitschy. Scientists discover an unfair advantage in copywriting. This classified AI formula writes ads, hooks, and pages. I mean, you know, it's fun. You got your little mad scientist here in like an old school computer. You got like the 1950s housewife here. You know, I wrote 30 ads before breakfast. And it's like, these are usable. I would use every single one of these and test them out. And they'd be something cool, something different. And again, I just pulled this out of the ether, had it write the copy in different angles for me, kind of fitting that 1960s print ad motif, right? Pretty cool. So then I took it a step further. And again, I'm not doing anything special. I'm not like, you know, doing an incredible job here or prompt engineering. I'm not specifying, hey, I want you to use this image model or that image model on there. I'm just saying, hey, use Higgsfield and make me cool ads, please, basically. And oh God, you know, and this is a game changer. I got a one of the lower plans. I think it's called the Ultimate plan. It's not like the lowest plan, but it's somewhere in between. And I kind of did a rough calculation on how many images I could produce with it in a given month with the number of credits I get. And it's something like 800. It's ridiculous. So even if you do client work and you're, you know, working with multiple businesses, I think that's going to be plenty for not a whole lot of money. Pretty cool stuff. Okay. So then I took it a step further. I'm like, hey, why don't we do like a UGC-style ad? And it'll ask me a few questions. How long do you want it? Do you have like a pre-existing, you know, UGC avatar that you want me to use and yada, yada. And I was like, nope, do it all from scratch. Create the avatar. I want the avatar to be like a, you know, 30-something-year-old, like straight-laced, authoritative businesswoman who knows what she's talking about, you know. And they generated this initially. I went back and forth with it. Let me see. Let me go down and find it. Bam, right here. Right? And it just came up with this person. This is 100% like a AI person. And then this is the finished product. Let's give it a listen.
My opt-in page was converting at 17%. I thought it was my offer. It wasn't. I ran our page copy through this free custom GPT built specifically for coaches and consultants, rewrote it in about 10 minutes, went to 32% conversion rate. My cost per lead dropped by almost half. Same traffic, same offer, just better copy. Links below, it's free. If you're running paid traffic and your numbers look like mine did, just try it.
I mean, that's pretty sick, right? It like hiccuped there for a second because where I happen to be right now, like the Wi-Fi kind of sucks. But yeah. Oh, and it wrote that script, by the way. So I was like, not only make me a UGC from scratch, and no, I don't have any reference engines, just nothing. Make them for me and write the script, and I want it to be 15 to 30 seconds. Not bad. Not bad. And I'm clearly an amateur when it comes to this. I'm just now integrating these AI workflows into what I've already done as primarily media buying, conversion rate optimization, generating leads and calls for service based businesses. Okay. And the 30 minutes or so I spent playing with this last night, it's already very clear that this is a game changer. So super, super cool stuff. If you are a business owner, if you are a professional marketer, and you have no intentions of becoming like this amazing, person that knows everything about cinematography and camera lenses and lighting and angles and yada, 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 you don't need that anymore. It's pretty sick. So highly recommend. This is not a sponsored video or whatever. I just figure this stuff out for myself and then post what I'm learning. So if that sounds like something that's useful and helpful for you, fantastic. Give me a like and follow. And I try to put something else like this like once a week. And yeah, hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.